Hello and welcome to the Healing Hour. My name is Amanda Earle and I am the owner and founder of Heal Chronic Illness. And today in this video, I want to talk a little bit about doctor blaming. I've seen this trend online with doctor blaming. The doctors are so bad, they're all so bad. And well, a lot of the problem is not with the doctors or their intentions. I'm a physician myself. All of my intentions have always been good. I love practicing medicine. I love healing people. I love alleviating suffering for people. I love improving their quality of life. However, people don't know what they don't know. So the problem is oftentimes with suppressed information or those that control information, suppressing that information so that it's not mainstream, it's not common knowledge, and the information is not out there to help people get well. I recognized this about 10 years ago when I started practicing and I started seeing these complex cases and autoimmune disorders and multi-layered illnesses. And I was, kind of like, okay, where on earth do I start? And I did what I was trained to do, but the training was not really helping with the full picture. I realized that there were a lot of pieces of the puzzle early on that I did not know, especially when it came to autoimmune and chronic illness. And if I had known, if the information that I had been taught was correct, everybody would have been getting better, but they weren't. So a lot of the time, the compensation for this is to blame faulty genes, blame, lifestyle habits, and actually a lot of it is lifestyle habits. But let's, faulty genes, or your body's failing you, it's attacking itself, when that's actually not the truth at all. A lot of things there's a difference between genetically inherited and just simply inherited. Inherited means that you get toxins and viruses and pathogens through the blood from your mother and father during the procreation process and the birthing process, right? Genetically inherited means that you have inherited stuff in your DNA. And you'd be surprised to learn that while they've put all this focus on DNA, there's a lot to be said for what's inherited through the blood. And that is not something that is mainstream or common knowledge at all. It's not out there, nor do they talk about all the viruses that have mutated and that have changed over the years, such as Epstein-Barr virus or strep bacteria. People unknowingly feed these viruses that actually contribute to chronic illness all day, every day, and they don't have any idea. Another aspect of this is the amount of chemicals that are in the food. As a kid, we're taught to, go to the store and we have our snacks, we have our Doritos, our Goldfish, our fruit roll-ups, but there are probably 1,000 chemicals in these foods, and they get caught in our liver, make our liver toxic, and we're not taught to even think about any of it. It's just part of our conditioning in our culture to just kind of accept this stuff. So that brings me back to what I was saying with doctor blaming. A lot of the information is just not out there, and there's a lot of conditioning in our culture regarding chemicals, regarding what we're taught to think about genetics or DNA, but we're still missing the mark because we're not considering toxins and pathogens. And unless a physician has gone outside the box to hunt that information down through different sources, whatever those sources may be, they're not going to get optimal results because they're just kind of stuck in, I'm doing what I trained to do. Some people get well, some people don't. Oh, well, or they don't know where else to turn or how to get information. So it's not really the doctor's fault all the time. It's the flow of information. It's what's allowed out there. It's the ignoring of the natural healing process and the conditioning that's kind of been going on in our culture and society when it comes to medicine. So try not to hate doctors. I know that it's frustrating to be chronically ill. I was chronically ill and I was frustrated, and I saw the best of the best before I was able to fix anything, but I had to take a different approach and I had to learn a lot in order to really fully heal. Even after my time overseas, I did have some recurrences, and it took me a couple of years to do research and get the full picture of what was really going on. And I finally did and healed and everything. And now I bring that healing to everybody else. So I treat you guys the same way with protocols that I would give to any of my family or people that are the closest to me in the world or that I love the most. Like, you guys get the exact same thing. There's no difference in my process. If a family member came to me with fibromyalgia, he or she would get the same treatment as any of you that came to me with fibromyalgia. So it's the same, because the process works. I feel the process works and is effective. So try to keep your head up, try not to blame, and to just move forward and do what you can do every day. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.